Call this the sore pussycats of poetry. And yet the poets cry. I kiss morning's golden green dawn where dreams afar wing aloft into the sky bloom surge of summer's smile, adored and aglow and upon the silver moon. And yet the poets cry. As I wander mountaintops where the widening wind whistles through the mist, where you lovingly shimmer in the unfurling grasses of a raindrop summer, as I live Kerouac-like, where dreams swirl as the wind blows glorious across our toes, where I long for zen things under northern star-frost skies of pulsing fire and milky moons, and yet the poets cry. And yet I live on vitality, eagerness, tomorrows, oversouls, lucidity, and incredible crap kicking and coming into non-committal thoughts, strangely and never denying my foolhardy and unremitting culpable knavishness. And yet the poets cry. They cry for a better day, they cry for a higher wage, they cry for a piece of ass. I cry because they cry. And yes, I cry. I cry as warmth of her dancing eyes look through my pale reflection as my life hides below tribal shadows and hourglasses yearning the touch of a goddess. I cry as my head is empty upon my head once again, as I ride the flood of stillness in a beat, oceans turning, my head is spinning. I cry as I smoke a joint and dream of hamburgers, as the waves kiss the shore, as we fizzle and fade like foam in the sand, like the blinding saffron of moments melting in my dreaming eyes. I cry. I cry as I hide in a jungle of poetry books where words harmonize splendorous, where grasslands sing to the dusk. Beckoning rivers to rise, I cry, longing for a new day. Well, I'm sitting next to my wife thinking, what would it be like to have sex with an alien? Would I have to be abducted first? Or could I meet an alien at a grocery store or in a parking lot? Or does one get abducted anyway? This brings me to another question. Are aliens a single or multiple genders? Is it possible to have a third or fourth gender? Or is this cosmos only a prong and socket one? Perhaps aliens have sexual organs we cannot even comprehend, and sex toys with a real heartbeat. How would an alien female, well, I hope she's female, satisfy me? Would she tell me I'm the best when my brain turned inside out while I shift dimensionality? Do you think aliens like porno and play sex games? Maybe they use sexual telepathy and think in climaxes. No messy sex, right? Or maybe they like it messy. I don't know. Do you think it's okay to have sex at the speed of light? You could have sex for 10 years straight and it would only be about 30 seconds Earth time, which is not bad because then there's no guilt about smoking a cigarette or leaving right after. I also wonder if aliens can have sex while traveling back in time. Because then every time would be the first time. I mean, you would never have to think, God, this really sucks. But mostly, I wonder if aliens have to sit next to their wives in church, acting like nothing is wrong, smiling politely, and trying to think all the good thoughts about the right things, instead of some sweet perfume only an aisle away.